At times when your companions or individuals you love are going through it, and they begin talking in some cases, they simply believe that you should listen. They don't need your perspective. You can holler and yell. Since I'm out, my significant other is the most discourteous miscreant on earth. I betrayed him for quite a long time when we previously got hitched, and he never thought a thing. I'm returning to you all tonight. Some stuff's truly been upset with my soul that I need to converse with you folks about, and I can't completely accept that this man, Shirley Strawberry, is an unmistakable American radio telecaster, writer, and television character. She is generally known for being the co-host of the morning show, The Steve Harvey Morning Show, which is one of the most perceived morning shows in the U.S. here. We go subject, my better half, is living like she's single, dear Stephen Shirley. I have been hitched to my experience, growing up darling for a considerable length of time. She is additionally notable for being major areas of strength for with deeply felt convictions, a large number of which she has communicated in her book, The Strawberry Letter. Yet it appears she isn't so guiltless, as she looks, let be the way she sounds, wedded to one Mr. Ernesto Williams, a man notable for his undying hunger for wrongdoing. Shirley has been blamed by her own little girl Sheridan for covering the violations of this man Williams, assuming that you're pondering a little girl uncovering her own father. Well, to make sure you realize Williams isn't the natural father to Sheridan, as he just wedded Shirley in January 2015. Indeed, it's your man here. What it's a wreck, however, yet exactly who is this man? And for what reason is Shirley concealing his wrongdoing? As a matter of fact, what violations are we in any event referring to here? We're simply getting everything rolling. Shirley wedded Ernesto Williams in January 2015. The service occurred at the couple's Atlanta home, known as The Domain. It was the most phenomenal day ever. She shouts she has hitched 2 times in her day-to-day existence. However, one thing stands apart. She cherishes her men being downright terrible, unfamiliar. Williams proposed to her during an episode of a live radio program after they met in 2013. Following a time of dating, the couple wedded on January 8, 2015 in Atlanta, Georgia. Yet the wedding has been damaged by vast allegations originating from Williams' end. From land wrongdoing to pedophilia charges, yet the most awful is that it is claimed that Shirley has been in the middle of concealing her significant other's violations. Deciding to leave her girl hanging out to dry, purportedly Shirley lives with Ernesto and her girl Sheridan. The pair has no children together, yet Sheridan is Shirley's little girl. From her past marriage, she took full care of her. After she separated from her most memorable spouse, the radio personality acquainted Williams with her senior year little girl. And it was starting there that Sheridan began seeing graceless ways of behaving from her stepfather. At first, Sheridan felt okay with Williams. Yet as time elapsed, she began seeing a few peculiar ways of behaving, yet her mother was completely oblivious to them. As a matter of fact, Sheridan truly thought Williams needed the best for her mother Shirley. She even assisted him with arranging a proposition to be engaged for Strawberry's birthday in the late spring of 2016. The creator depicted the experience as surprising and heartfelt, adding that God's arrangements are obscure. Shirley herself has been engaged with negligible wrongdoings, and her girl was there to observe every last bit of it. In 2017, the morning show have become entangled in an outrage after she was blamed for not paying the month-to-month lease of $7,500. Where she was staying, the lease at that area was very high. She was constrained out of the house, and both she and her significant other were named as litigants in the claim. This is one of the a lot of violations Williams was engaged with, and Sheridan accepted her mother just covered for her better half to figure out Williams' wreck. Shirley made a fractional installment after some time had elapsed, and the leftover sum was finished 1 month after the fact, after which she cleared the property. And presently, to the huge record at the Fulton Region DA's office, claims that Shirley's better half, Ernesto Williams, is confronting 4 counts of sexual double-dealing, including a kid, and her fans haven't heard a Strawberry Letter about this on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, yet in any event. Stunning that, as per examiners, Shirley told her significant other he could go to Dubai and remain at Steve Harvey's home to evade these charges. A bond hearing for Williams was hung on June 26, 2023. Investigators didn't go into the supposed allegations they blamed Williams for yet. Say he faces no less than 4 counts of sexual abuse and is going to be hit with no less than 15 additional major crime accusations. Crail Lewis, the lawyer for Williams, attempted his hardest to talk in codes during the bond hearing. Directed on Zoom, Lewis said his client was blamed for having a solitary naked photograph on his PC, and examiners affirm it was a kid. Anyway, examiners said more charges are coming that include youngsters. During the bond hearing, investigators charged that Williams had a sweetheart who lives in Florida and could escape to her home to try not to confront the wrongdoings he purportedly carried out. So yes, beside having explicit material of minors, this man is likewise betraying Shirley, and she has decided to remain dazed to these. And that is the reason her girl is irritated. During the consultation, the appointed authority requested Williams to be put on a lower leg screen, not leave Fulton Province, give up his visa, have no web access, and avoid his supposed sweetheart Melanie Scretchen and his better half Shirley Strawberry. And that is not all. The fair adjudicator additionally requested Williams to avoid youngsters and creatures, as he supposedly has been accounted for to be fierce with creatures in the past. Distracted by Williams' criminal life, fans took to Twitter to slam both him and Shirley for being dazed by counterfeit love, with one posting Shirley Strawberry's better half Ernesto, conceal side chick, on display. Some even haul Steve Harvey's name into the wreck, with reports overflowing that Williams and Harvey are awesome of pals. One concerned fan tweeted, "Steve attached Cynthia with Mike Slope. Look what occurred with that. He attached Shirley Strawberry with her significant other, and he was captured for kid misuse and different things. Steve couldn't attach me with a stylist. No way." Another fan composed, "Steve Harvey morning show needs to quit doing the Strawberry letter. Obviously, his recommendation failed to help Shirley Strawberry's marriage." The charges emerging about Ernesto, government name Ernest, is totally dirty. He's an extortionist, cut, pedo slice, creature victimizer, hash, full stop, with the last fan saying that is Shirley Strawberry circumstance is so miserable and humiliating, it's the ideal opportunity for her to leave Atlanta. Too many damn tricksters. Another city, new view, new energy, new individuals. And scarcely a year prior, Williams and a lady distinguished as ruler started giving bobbing checks to a loft, the two of them leased with Shirley's information on course. Roswell police sent off an examination concerning their monetary exchanges, had uncovered their $1 million credit fixed trick in 2022. They would conform to their casualties, with vows to have the option to develop their brands, their missions, their life objectives, their online entertainment followings, said Roswell cop Tim Lupo. Williams has a broad lawbreaker record that remembers spending time in jail for extortion and furnished burglary. So even prior to wedding him, Shirley was very much aware of one or the others, exactly why her little girl partook in his seething. With her considerably more, Sheridan is additionally a mother, and residing in a similar house with a sentenced pedo isn't completely protected. She is concerned for her kid. Right after his most recent wrongdoing, Williams' association and all-out control of Shirley was affirmed when she composed a letter to the adjudicator arguing for her significant other's delivery. As a state of his security, the appointed authority requested the money manager to avoid Strawberry's little girl Sheridan and her 2 kids. He was additionally requested to stay away from any contact with creatures, as we referenced before. And by the way, when Williams wasn't perpetrating crimes, he was a good financial specialist who worked a pop 24-hour hairstyling parlor in Atlanta. The New York Times composed an article about his barbershop in 2012. Famous people like Shaquille O'Neal and rapper Akon were among his all-around obeyed customers. Anything that he ended up being is some sexual and creature wrongdoer. And as long as Shirley continues to cover for her, she certainly turns into an associate. How about she step down as a radio personality until her name is clear told us in the remark segment underneath. And that is all there is to it from us today. Until next time, thank you for observing.